to be able to do this, so thank you for that privilege.
And we thank you. It's always nice to have guest pastors here, and we invite you to come anytime.
We appreciate that. If you would go in a word of prayer. Father, we thank you this morning for the privilege to, Father, to be up and around, enjoying the blessings of life. So we ask you to, as we just move about our day, that you would guide us in all that we do. We pray your continued blessing upon our communities, upon our families, upon our institutions. Father, as we approach this morning, as we open up this meeting of the County Commission meeting, Father, we pray that you would just guide their decisions. We pray, Lord, you would just move their hearts with wisdom. We thank you for their concerns, for their parts of the county to represent and to speak on behalf, and we ask you, God, they would be great representatives of their community. Lord, they make decisions that affect us all. We ask you to guide them in a way that honors you above all things. Lord, we thank you for a chance to participate in government openly, and we pause to just simply ask you your blessing today, that we would be found pleasing to you in all we do. And we offer these prayers in the name of mankind's only hope, and that is Jesus Christ alone. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Come back anytime. I'd like to welcome everyone here on this cold morning. I know it took some effort to get out this morning. Okay. Do we have a record keeper this morning, Wanda? Can we go ahead and start without any, I don't know if the recording is on or not. It's on. It is on? Okay. Then we're being recorded, so we can go ahead and start. I believe not, Mr. Reaper? Okay, good. Number 3, approval of the agenda. We have a couple of add-ons today. We've added 3A under consent items, and that's examination and approval of invoices. We've added 13A, which is Rosemary Woods with Atkins North America Inc. to appear to present updates to proposed Toll Road project. Are there any other additions, deletions, changes, or anything else? Do you know of anybody?
No, here.
Okay, if not, is there a motion to approve the amended agenda?
Motion to approve. Second.
Okay, we got a motion by Commissioner Page, second by Commissioner Moody. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Consent items 3A through 12. Is there a motion to approve?
I'll move.
Okay, we got a motion by Commissioner Gibbs, second by Commissioner Page. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Public request number 13. Bishop Penny, Taylor County Development Authority, PCDA Coordinator, to appear to present updates. Good morning.
Morning.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you. I want to thank you for letting me be here. Excuse me, my scientists have won this battle, so I'm a little congested. For those of you that I haven't met yet, my name is Keisha Penny, and I recently transitioned into the role of coordinator for PCDA. Moving forward is our plan along with the representative of the board, and today is Matt. Oh, there he is. Today, Matt Epple from the board, our secretary to the board, is joining me. It is our plan to come at least once a month to provide you with a quick update on what PCDA is doing. So as I dive in, to let you know, the first thing is our treasurer recently resigned from the board. And so the board at our last meeting voted to have John Hart fill that role as our treasurer. We put an ad in the paper looking for someone to fill that vacancy. The deadline for that is the 28th, and so I will be forwarding any applications we receive to to you all on the 29th for selection of that particular vacancy. We are also working towards a couple of existing projects that Mr. Holmes discussed at our last meeting. We have 3 projects that are on the horizon right now that have potential. And that's, I recently met with the North Florida Economic Development Partnership to kind of reestablish or establish a relationship, see how we could help each other in building opportunities for Taylor County. And as Mr. Holmes pointed out, I was at their last quarterly meeting, and I will continue to attend their quarterly meeting, hoping to network and talk and meet various people again with the hope of building an opportunity for Taylor County. And that is my update. And it's all.
On the vacancy that you have, the resignation was due to that person being relocated somewhere else.
Correct, yes. He went back to Jasper, I believe it is, to be with his family.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, any questions from the board?
You have just one vacancy on the CEDA board?
Yes, sir. Just one.
Just one.
Yes.
So the application process for public, they go through you or through the Wanda's office?
What the notice says in the newspaper is to send it to TCDA Perry, and that actually will come to me. And then everything that I receive, I will forward on to the Wanda.
Okay, so I want to brag a little bit. You're doing a phenomenal job.
Thank
We
you.
really appreciate what you do for TCDA.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Anybody else?
I like the idea of you coming
Yes.
to do the monthly report. Look forward to it.
Thank you.
For the
Thank
next
you.
few months anyway.
Yes.
I tried for a long time to get, for this to happen. I was thinking quarterly, monthly is great.
Yes.
Thank you.
I like that. I hope, there obviously will be some times where I'll just say, we're continuing on, but I think to keep it monthly, it's more, it keeps the conversation more open, I think.
But you can't come, you send Matt back here. He's good to speak.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing.
Well, and the hope from our chairman, Mr. Holmes, was that the representatives from the board kind of cycle through, so you have an opportunity to meet all of our board at some point in time.
Matt, come up and talk to us for a minute.
Oh, I'm not.
I'm gonna let y'all
I
rock.
don't get to put you on the spot,
That's
lady.
all right. Good, see?
I know you can handle it, though.
That's right. Well, I agree with you. She's been doing a great job and, finds more that she can do. And so, my goal is that nobody here will find that out and try to recruit her away from us, to have an employee like that. So, yeah, this last year, I think we all knew about the transition that we had to go through. And with losing our executive director and thinking about that and the funding, there was just a lot of personnel turnover. But we're in a good place. Everybody on the board now is working towards the future and pretty selfless in thinking about Taylor County. We're just glad to help.
Thank you, Matt, for what you do for
All right.
CCDA also.
Appreciate all CCDA members. But I appreciate all
Yes.
with their time to support CCDA and economic development in our county.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. All right.
Along with the $125,000 each one to get a year, plus the state month to month.
Well, that's right. That's right. And they say it's only 1 hour a month, but I think it's, we used to say this in scouting, it's 1 hour per kid per month, so, a lot of time. They are good.
Well, thank you both very much.
Thank you.
13A, Rosemary Woods with Atkins North America Inc. Good morning. Thank you for being here.
Got a brief presentation for y'all.
Good news. Bring some good news.
Show you.
Well, that's good.
Love it. Also, we've got Rod Asler with us today, and we're glad to see you in here, and also, is this your partner, or? you also. Thank you.
And as y'all know, I'm Rosemary Woods with Atkins. We are the owner's rep, that was part of the department, for District 2 for the Imports project. Is it good? Okay. Normally I don't like to read my notes when I do a presentation, but the department's requiring us to make sure we are consistent with our messaging, and we have a script that I'll be following, but I'll probably add a little bit of hands-on stuff. But also, we'll be here to answer any questions from you after the presentation. So first, as y'all know, to your last week, giving information or helping you with your meeting and answering questions there. This is just kind of a generic presentation that tells you a little bit more about the project, where we're at, and kind of the schedule moving forward, so everyone's well informed as we progress and we come back before y'all each month for updates. First, we want to start our presentation with a video about imports and the possibilities it can bring to your community.
We did like down the line, we'll do better. That's better for me, I don't know about it.
That's a lot better.
Lot
Thank
better.
you.
Thanks.
So we'll start over, we'll start about that. Okay, while I'm trying to you want to just skip the video, we'll try to play it anywhere if it'll work. Normally it's embedded in the presentation, I'm not sure, we usually run it off our computer, so I'm not sure, maybe it's some technicality with the different computer there, sorry. It's embedded in it, it runs from our computer normally, so I guess there's some issue there. Anyway, imports has the potential to bring opportunities to your community and allow for job growth for your family can stay in the area. I know we've mentioned before that Ryan and I wish we could stay here in Taylor County for, but there was a job opportunity. But it also has the ability to bring better connectivity through broadband and much more, all while maintaining your rural lifestyle and preserving the uniqueness of your town that we all value. People live in rural communities for a reason, and this proposed project respects that, and it will work with each community to address their desires and concerns. And I think you saw that last week in your meeting that we'll be going around working with each community to see what y'all specifically want for your area. Florida's growing. We're the third largest state by population with approximately 21 million, and second in the U.S. in regards to fastest growing state. By the year 2070, Florida's population projection is to climb to over 33 million. This growth will create additional need for resources, mobility options, and services. To better prepare for this growth, in May of this past year, Governor DeSantis signed Senate Bill 7068, which created the multi-use corridors of regional economic significance, or imports as we call it. It's a program within the Department of Transportation. The purpose of the imports project is to revitalize rural communities, encourage job creation, and provide regional connectivity while leveraging technology enhancing quality of life and public safety, as well as protecting the environment and natural resources. The goals of the MCOR program are to expand critical infrastructure while providing the following intended benefits: to conserve wildlife, protecting environmentally sensitive areas and preservation areas, create jobs, provide hurricane evacuation routes, connect rural communities and expand the broadband service, improve energy distribution, help build water, sewer, and other infrastructure in the areas, and alleviate congestion and support multiple modes of transportation. It's important to understand that as we plan for the future, we do not just look at the needs of today. I think we talked about that last week as well. But we actually plan for many, many years into the future to ensure the growth is handled properly. The importance of large-scale, long-term planning continues to regional and local levels. The MCOR study areas offers an opportunity to move forward a variety of visions, like Vision 2060, plans and priorities at the regional community level, such as supporting conservation plans and supporting economic development priorities for your community. An early task will be to review existing plans, which we're in the process of right now, in these areas to identify these considerations and your potential goals. Workforce development is a key component of the bill. I think I mentioned before, MCOR is not just a toll road. There's a lot more to it than just a new roadway. Funds have been allocated to combine existing and new programs to build the road and bridge construction workforce. The intent is to provide direct economic benefit in communities in which the DOT is constructing infrastructure projects. The MCOR legislation authorizes DOT to administer workforce development contracts with consultants and nonprofit entities. Goals include workforce recruitment, training, curriculum, and support services to remove barriers to work. I think we talked about last week too that there's a real need in the construction industry for workers right now, and this is an opportunity to help train those. Also wanted to mention while we're here, DOT has Construction Career Day in District 2 that's coming up in the near future, and they actually have local high school students come to a place they've located in Jacksonville, and they provide information on construction careers, whether it be in engineering or roadways or whatever it may be, and it's a great program. I've been to it a couple of times to help, and Ryan has been there as well, and it's really a good opportunity to share maybe with the school board here to see if you can get some of the local students that may be interested in a career in the construction industry to attend. It's about a half a day long program, so you can reach out to District 2 to get additional information on that. This is sidebar note.
What's the date, you know?
It's in February, I believe. I don't know the exact date, but I can send Ms. Sam or send anybody an email with that information.
Yeah, you might want to send it to the superintendent of schools also.
Okay.
Yeah.
BC? Okay.
The MCOR's legislation identified 3 multi-use corridors for the study of the infrastructure improvements, as you can see on the screen. The Suncoast Connector, the Northern Turnpike Connector, and the Southwest Central Florida Connector. The Southwest begins in the Naples area and continues north to I-4 around Lakeland. The Turnpike Connector is actually starts where the Turnpike ends in Wildwood on I-75 and continues west to Crystal River. And then this presentation will focus on Suncoast, where Taylor County is included. It begins on the south in Citrus County and continues north to the Madison County, Jefferson County area, and includes 8 counties within the study area. It's approximately 150 miles in length, and the legislation also directed DOT to create a task force for each corridor. The task force for Suncoast Connector is made up of 41 subject matter experts, with Commissioner Spiegel representing Taylor County. Each task force, as you can see, consists of various subject matter experts of state agencies, such as the Water Management District and the MPA. It also includes subject matter experts from regional planning councils, nonprofit organizations, and community groups, as well as environmental groups and local government. Environmental groups include Thousand Friends of Florida, Audubon Society, Defenders of Wildlife, and the Nature Conservancy. The task force will each hold another meeting next month. This one will be in Madison County. The last one was here in Taylor County in December, as they work towards developing and continue to develop guiding principles for their respective areas. As y'all had your meeting last week, you're, as a group, helping to develop guiding principles that Ms. Steele can share at the next meeting in February. Each task force is charged with evaluating the needs and impacts of their respective quarters and will prepare a final report summarizing the results of their analysis and submit that report to the governor in the Florida legislature by October 1st of 2020. Besides that October 1st deadline for the final report from each task force, to the maximum extent feasible, construction on parts of the project shall begin December 31st, 2022, provides that date, with the quarters open to traffic by December 31st, 2030, so a little over 10 years. And for those of you that know anything about transportation, that's a very accelerated schedule, because normally when you go from pre-planning, planning, all the way to design and construction, it's much more lengthy than the process. To better understand how transportation projects progress, and this project specifically, I'll explain the different phases of development and production. Currently, the Suncoast Connector project is in the pre-planning phase with a task force meeting throughout this year, and then we focus on obtaining feedback from the task force concerning the needs and resources within the study area. The task force has already met a few times. They've been reviewing GIS maps within their respective quarters, and that includes information on the natural resources within each study area, as well as avoidance, minimization, mitigation, and enhancement opportunities. Those will be used as we develop pathways moving forward. Each task force will develop guiding principles which will assist the DOT in development of each project. The project is just now entering the planning phase, where we have very broad paths, not to be confused with specific alignments that will be developed and evaluated. As part of this phase, additional public meetings occur to provide specific information on the project and to allow the public feedback. At the end of the planning phase, and based on feedback from the public and local governments, the preferred path will advance to the next phase of the project development. Just to clarify, the path at the next task force meeting will show avoidance areas in the study area. So it will not show, and I want to make sure it's clear because we've had a lot of confusion on this, will not show where the roadway will be going. That is very much further down the line in the process. So the next task force meeting will show avoidance areas that help to narrow the path as you move forward. In the fall of 2020, the projects are anticipated to enter the project development and environment phase, where specific alignments will be developed within the preferred corridor or path, and their possible impact will be evaluated against each other, including the no-build alternative. Based on feedback from the public, local, and regional agencies, as well as state and federal resource agencies, the preferred alternative will be selected at the end of the PD&E phase. And just to clarify too, the whole entire project will not go into PD&E phase immediately. It will be in different segments that have yet to be determined. That will be determined as we progress through the project. But because of funding and availability, you have to program one section at a time as you move forward. The funding is not available to do the whole entire project at one time for PD&E, so you won't see a specific alignment on a map. It will really come in stages as you move forward. Design, right-of-way acquisition, and construction eventually follow PD&E phase. During the task force planning and PD&E phases, there will be multiple opportunities for public to obtain information concerning the proposed project and provide feedback and input on the development of the proposed project. We will be having a community open house here in Perry on Monday. It will be at the IPID Center from 5:30 to 7:30. It will be open house style. You can come and go as you please, and we'll have staff there to answer any questions and present information to the public. Additionally, proposed in-course projects have an interactive website at floridaincourse.com. The site's loaded with project information, including presentations that are shared at the task force meetings, GIS maps of study areas, and an option to comment that's submitted directly to DOT from the website. Some additional information that I don't think we've shared with y'all today is the legislature authorized funding for proposed projects in the corridors. Part of the funding includes increased revenues from redirecting the state transportation trust fund portions of motor vehicle license taxes currently deposited in the general revenue fund. By 2022-2023, imports will receive about $100 million a year. The bill includes supplements to other programs as well, beginning in future year 2019-2020. Small County Road Assistance Program will receive $10 million per year with preference to projects in counties impacted by hurricanes. Small County Outreach Program will get $10 also with preference to projects in counties impacted by hurricanes. And then the Transportation Disadvantaged Trust Fund will get $10 million per year. Beginning with FY 2022-2023 fiscal year, $35 million per year to Florida Turnpike Enterprise will be received with preference to feeder roads and interchanges. And then the Workforce Development Program, as we mentioned in the beginning, will be funded at $2.5 million per year for 3 years. In closing, I want to reiterate the Department's commitment to be engaged with local commissions and communities as part of these projects. As the proposed project progresses over the next few months, we'll continue to see Ryan and I here to give you updates. And in the meantime, Ryan is your primary contact person for the project as production lead for DOT for the Sunset Corridor. Thank you for allowing our team to present and attend your meetings each month to give you updates. And as always, we're here to answer any questions that you may have.
I want to thank all of you for being here. But I do have a question. First of all, the traffic on 75 obviously is going north, and if they intend to go west, they connect with I-10 and go west. Now, with the corridor that will tie in from Longwood over to Crystal River, has there been, I'm sure there's been a study, is there an estimate of how many vehicles would be diverted that are going west?
So right now we're in the process of gathering existing traffic information, and I believe you may see some of that at your next task force meeting, if not that one, the following. So what you do then, for the existing traffic, you then project future traffic. So once they have presented that report on existing traffic, they'll start developing future traffic projections, which will include that information. So in future meetings, when we come back, we'll be able to give you specific information on that. We're just not that far along yet. Typically, when you do a project like this, you don't have the pre-planning, which includes the task force, which is a really great thing. I think we mentioned last week, but the city manager, that's an extra step that's been added, so it allows communities and the public to get involved and offer their guiding principles to be on this forward.
Well, I'm sure that they're thinking that quite a bit of traffic would be diverted, that it's not just for evacuation, but for those people that are intending to go west.
Correct.
Okay.
Also not just going north, but also down the south, that would connect to the turnpike. So for this corridor, it would allow them to go north-south, connect into the turnpike, or continue on south on the Sun Coast that takes you in to the Veterans Expressway that goes into the campus area.
Any questions from the board?
I have one question, or comment. When you were here last week, the conversation sort of evolved into using the existing US 19 corridor, as I recall.
Yeah, that's actually being discussed at the task force meeting.
So that's one of the options.
Yes, sir.
And
Well, that will be developed moving forward, but that is something that the task force is talking about. It's called
what I want to make
co-location.
is this, it's really 2 points. There are a lot of folks who still want to have the ability to drive from here to Clearwater, for example, and not have to pay a toll.
Right.
So however you do 19, if you decide to choose that option, I would like to see just as one the ability to drive that nice scenic route without having to pay a toll?
You're not allowed to toll an existing roadway. You can provide additional lanes that may be tolled,
Okay.
so that
So
will
that
answer your
answers that
question,
question.
that, if you wanted to drive the existing 19, you would not be tolled unless you wanted to get on a section that may be converted into toll lanes.
Now, I still, in my mind, am thinking about the meeting last week. I don't personally prefer that we put the toll road right down to 19 in town. Somehow there's got to be a little bypass there.
Right.
And I know you're aware of all these concerns. We're early in the process,
Right.
and we appreciate the information that you bring to us, but I just want to share. I'm getting old, and my wife does most of the driving. Sometimes we want to get off the interstate, go to the toll road, and take the picturesque route. Even though it takes a little longer to do so, I still want to retain that ability.
Right,
And
and you
you
would be
give me
able to
that.
do that, absolutely. Yeah.
That's all I have to say.
Yeah, and that's what co-location, the word co-location is maybe a little confusing, and that's something, as we start to move forward in the process and start developing paths moving forward, we'll be able to show examples of co-location, but just to reiterate, because sometimes rumors get out, you will absolutely still be able to drive existing 19 without a toll if it is a co-location, because you're not allowed to toll an existing roadway. You can add additional lanes, and then you would have that option to continue coming through the developed area so that you don't have impact to your existing businesses along the way.
That's all I'm concerned I have right now. It's a learning process for me too.
Oh, absolutely. And that's what we're here for, and we're going to each commission and city and county commission within the study area every month. Because, I mean, it is confusing. I mean, we do it every day, so we understand, but if you don't, there's a lot of things to learn, and there's a lot of confusing statements or terminology that people need to, be able to ask questions about.
Any other questions or comments from the board?
Okay, sorry about the video. We'll maybe
That's
do
fine.
that.
I'll bring it next time.
Okay.
Well, again, I want to thank y'all for being here, and I'm glad that you're going to keep coming to help, the board stay informed, because you know a lot more than I do, and also to the public, we appreciate you being here.
Yeah, I wanted to share with our team, y'all had a great meeting last week. I was really impressed with, everything.
I felt really positive about it too, and we discussed at the meeting to, get together with our neighboring counties of south. Have you contacted any of them, have they responded?
No, ma'am. We're trying to gather all the contact information, and I'll send out a group email this afternoon.
Okay.
Keep you informed of progress.
I want to try to have that meeting, maybe with our little coalition, whatever you want to call it, if we can have it before February the 11th. I think that would be good, because we all have the same common concern.
Right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. You gonna do this with our neighbors north of us and south of us?
Well, I was thinking, that because, you've got, Chiefland, and you've got Benton Springs and Palm City,
Gilchrist, Lee,
all of them south from Crystal River up. I think we need to all be talking together.
What would be the objective to include Jefferson Madison?
That would be fine. 19 doesn't go through Madison County.
I know.
But if Jefferson, absolutely, if Jefferson wants to join, we want to be talking about a bypass around these little towns, and, so, sure. No objections,
No objections.
absolutely not.
Is Rosemary still here?
Yes.
Can I have a mulligan and ask her
Sure
one more
can.
question?
Mhm.
I'm not clear in my mind about, this is a big project, 150
miles.
150 miles. And you mentioned it was probably 10 or 15 years that you've done this segment. I'm thinking in my mind, like 30 miles one year and or another 30. How's that gonna, I mean, where you gonna put the first 30 miles?
That's,
I mean, you want to build a highway and then,
That's what I asked. I think it's natural progression, we can start through the river.
as you progress through and we get traffic information and, all of the data that's collected, and we do, the next step in planning is called alternative, corridor evaluation report, or ACER, is what we refer to it as. And the ACER will take into consideration the whole study area. And will actually develop paths, multiple, so if you happen to see a map that shows one co-locating on 19, one to the east, one to the west, I'm just hypothetically saying that. Those corridors will be evaluated and compared with a lot of different criteria. Then, you'll choose one corridor to move forward that, out of the number that are evaluated. Within that corridor, you develop alignment, and that's in the project development and environment phase, which starts in the fall. So the alignments then are also evaluated, comparing a lot of information, including the no-build alternative. That's always considered during PD&E. When you move forward then and you're at the conclusion of your PD&E, you then go into design. So at the conclusion of the ACER and the traffic information is in, you then can develop a work program to determine which segments would move forward first, in what order, all of the different criteria taken into consideration. So it's too early on to determine which ones, how long. We don't have any of that information at this point, but it can be developed as we get additional information and comparative data and be able to determine it. It's kind of like the DOT work program somewhat, where they have all these projects out there and they have to prioritize them based on the need, and the cost of it, so they can determine how much funding they get each year and what will fit actually into that funding, which projects can fit into the funding year after year. So hopefully as we continue to come back before you, we'll know what PD&Es will move forward, and we'll continue even probably after the task force keeps coming back to give you updates as the PD&Es progress and what segments will go first. But at this time, we really have no idea until we get all the traffic information in and determine what the need is, not just current, but projected traffic moving forward. But, that's really a great question. It's just a kind of long process.
I want to ask another question too. Was that 10 million extra dollars into the scrap and stop on top of what we have now?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, that's 10 miles of paving, which is good. We'll take it.
that goes to Locke County.
I know that. But I'm saying, we won't turn down anything.
Well, and I'm glad you asked that, because is that 10 million for District 2 or is that 10 million statewide?
That is 10 million statewide.
So it's not as much as we would think.
To remember, it's said by counties impacted by the hurricane. That's part of the criteria, so that's priority, the counties that are impacted by hurricane.
Of the counties that qualify for scrap and count.
Right. So it's not all counties in the whole state.
Well, we're competitive.
Yeah, y'all have been impacted by a few hurricanes. I'm a first-hand witness to that.
Thank you. Constitutional officers, other governmental units, number 14. The board to consider approval of annual local mitigation strategy plan progress report as agendaed by Christy Anderson, Emergency Management Director. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
What about this weather?
Oh,
Good. Messing up my fishing. There were plenty of people fishing this weekend. I know, that was Sunday. They were good too, good. Well, I'm here this morning, as we do yearly, to give you an update on the local mitigation strategy, the LMS group. The LMS group, we meet quarterly usually. This year, we chose to meet 3 times. We discuss potential mitigation projects for the county. Our group consists of fire, health, and other agencies. We also invite the public. We post in the newspaper so they're aware of our meetings. What you'll find in your packet here is the LMS report that we have to
send back to the state each year. This is done each year. We also have a letter from Ms. Fields where it'll, tell us that what we've been doing in the county. Now, our FMS group, which I'm the chair, and Dan Castle is our vice chair. I'm thankful for Dan. Our group works well together. The HMGP grant that we received, the projects on this list are chosen to submit to get the HMGP funding. In the past, we have very well worked with generators. We put a generator at Forest Capitol Hall. We also did 2 home elevations. That was with money received in the past from the HMGP grant. Those are both completed. All monies have been received back to the county, and they went very well. So we have been awarded $2.5 million from Hurricane Michael HMGP funding. I have submissions from several of our partnering agencies for generators. There's a big need for generators. When we have a storm, which we have been hit by several storms in the past year, we want to make sure that our road department has power, because they're on call. They're going to be in there sleeping, so they need one. We also have 2 from Dan Castle for his fire department. That's also an essential staffing during storms. We also have our city of Perry. They have submitted an application. They want this to be on the application also for the ground storage tank at the airport for the water. That's important that the city maintains their water throughout a storm. And also we have the Taylor County Jail. The Taylor County Jail would like to have a generator large enough to run the entire jail or partial. One more was the airport. Ward Texan submitted to maybe be part of this. I'm going to check with the state and see if that will qualify as an essential building during, it should be, because we have planes flying in and out of there. If we have, we need for airplane support or anything, they'll need to fly in there. So I think that's a good one. The main one that you'll see on our project list, which was in your packet also, is our flooding in Steinhatchee. Now, with part of this, I'm working with Kenneth and other staff, LaWanda, Marcia. We have a meeting on Thursday. Department of Emergency Management will be in this room Thursday morning at 9 o'clock to help us with our application process. The applications are due March 10th of 2020. We don't have much time. We have done this in the past. I think that our generators are a big need. There is a 25% match for these, but this is an essential need, as well as the main focus will be Steinhatchee flooding. Any questions?
Can you update the board about what we discovered about utilizing Restore Act funding for that possible match?
Yes.
After some discovery?
Yeah. We will not be able to use the Restore funds for that, Restore Act funds for that match. I think that LaWanda and Kenneth are going to meet with the Army Corps and see if that may be a possibility. But there is a 25% match. We do not know what the cost for the Steinhatchee project will be yet. Kenneth can expound on some of that. There are several options there. I don't know if we'll do some drainage, fix the drainage problem, or if we'll do acquisitions. Acquisitions are, that's a big thing that the state's pushing for right now. If you have a home that's in a flooded area, we would like to, purchase it and turn that in maybe to a retention pond. And you all know there are several areas down there that are that way.
Well, there's several areas all over the county
Right.
where there are properties that are in low places
Right.
that probably benefit from this program.
There is. And that's what, that is one of the listed projects on our list is acquisition of homes.
But not just in Steinhatchee.
No.
County.
But anywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere in the county.
So countywide.
This is countywide.
Yes, ma'am.
Yep.
And that's why we don't focus on Steinhatchee. We also, like the city, they have a
on board. They help at the mitigation strategy meeting. They also would like a generator. That's something that they chose to, put forward.
We elevated two homes, a year or two ago, I don't remember how long it's been now. But, tell us a little bit about when that, option becomes available, and how does anyone apply?
Well, it's not really an applying option. We will have to, as a LMS group, like we did before for that project, vote and decide that's the project we want to put forward. Instead of doing, generators, or maybe we can do generators and elevate homes. The homeowner, as you know, gets that 25% match.
Now, Christie, can you explain to the board what our obligation is after we complete one of these projects?
Yes, we have to maintain what we call a deed restriction. We have to make sure that they follow the guidelines that FEMA sets forth. You can't go to building all kinds of things under your home and stuff like that. And I will have to keep up with that yearly now.
Okay, what about resale? Someone gets their home elevated up and then it goes up, unfolded, and then they want to sell it, so, do you have to maintain a certain amount of years after you?
Yes, and I believe it's 10, 5 or 10.
Any other questions?
Sounds like we have a lot of needs and a little bit of money. What we're faced with all the time.
All the time. We are grateful for this 2.5 million though.
Yeah. Do a good job. Appreciate it.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Okay, if there are no other questions, is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Moody, second by Commissioner Murphy. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Again, Christie, thank you for being here. County staff item number 15. The board to consider approval of Florida Department of Transportation FDNP supplemental funding agreement for Pinecrest Street resurfacing project and adoption of signature authorization resolution as amended by the county engineer. Good morning.
As you might remember, a couple meetings back, I came to you with the bid results for the Pinecrest project. And as you may recall, the recommendation in there identified that there was a funding shortfall. But specific to that project, we were hopeful that in reaching out to District 2, that we would have the opportunity to almost completely address that shortfall. I think we were like $210,000 short based on the bid and the expected inspection costs beyond that. And after discussions with District 2, they were very hopeful. This is the result of those conversations and the activity at District 2, kind of behind the scenes, bringing forth to you a new supplemental agreement for the existing funds of $200,000. This leaves us at a deficit just under $10,000. My suggestion is that that $10,000 be made up with the district funds under the secondary rotating cost center, the 0308. And I normally would suggest that we move it more out of the common account because typically under these projects we're really addressing our major minor collector roadways, and it falls within that category. But I think given the overall magnitude of these dollars, it's something that we could address with the individual district funds.
Just take that 10,000 out of my account.
That
I got
is-
plenty.
You don't have plenty, but yes, ma'am, that is what I was suggesting, and it's about $9,700, and, that's obviously an expectation. Right now, we're working with engineering and CEI firms. I will make an attempt to bring back the results of the RFQ negotiations with the rate at one of the February meetings. Once we get that on board, then we'll solicit for a proposal from the CEI firm, and then we'll have a better dollar figure. But right now, the expectation is that the unaddressed money would be somewhere in the neighborhood of $10,000. So it's a great number to have relative to a $400,000 project.
Yeah, I appreciate you working your magic there, because,
The magic happens over there in Lake City.
yeah, but you push for these things.
I do
you know,
ask a
take
lot,
credit.
obviously, but, they are very, very generous to us. And that's why I was hopeful when I saw the 10 million annually in the scrap and stock, that perhaps that was a Suncoast, no more than a Suncoast area, so we have a much better competitive chance to address that. While I have your ear, I would like to address, I've got the House Road recommendation that's gonna come back at the next meeting. And I will address in that discussion where I feel and how I feel we should be addressing the difference in the shortfall funding. But it's in the recommendation that I presented last time, which included the Foley Cutoff Road. I put it in the body of the recommendation, but I didn't include it in the statement of the recommendation. So if, with the Foley Road project, with the bid that came in and the already previously allocated design cost, the expected CEI cost, we are in the neighborhood of about $460,000 shy. My suggestion, given the importance of that roadway, the connectorship between US 27 and County Road 30, is that that one would be a very good candidate for use of the common account funding.
I can agree with that.
So, it wasn't inclusive of that, and I can wait if you want me to, on the House Road. I don't think it really takes a vote as much as it would at least warrant consensus of the board, that would be that, direction that I would use to.
What's the shortfall on the House Road?
The shortfall on the House Road is looking like it's gonna be around $600,000. With the cost of the bid, the expected inspections, and then the balance of minus what we've already allocated to design.
I don't hate for us to put off this House Road project.
We're not, now, right now, your current balance is 2.2 million. So, and I'll give you an anticipation of this discussion. I printed out the current balances for 0308, and then behind that, I kind of put a little summary sheet that has the projects that we've either recently received or that we are going to receive. So you see at the top, that is a, flip to the second sheet, and don't focus on the money yet, let's focus on the top.
Yeah.
The top one is the one we're addressing today, and that's Pinecrest. And you can see, you've got your funding, you've got a bid, previously extended design costs, CEI expectations. I went ahead and put the DOT funding, which is a supplemental agreement that's in front of you today, and that shows you that balance of that deficit of just under $10,000.
We've got that taken care of.
We got that one taken care of. That's correct, sir. And then if you look at the next one, that's the Foley Road. So we have the bid that came, the funding, then you have the bid received, which was the lowest responsive, the previously allocated design, the expected CEI, leaves a balance of $463,000. So that's the one that I'm addressing now. We keep going. We know we've got the Elephant Road project. Once we can get past the big energy issue, or we shorten the limit stuff, 1 to 2. That one is a much less funded job. That is obviously just a design estimate, and the CEI expense, and that's going to be a much larger deficit, simply because of the enormity simply because of the timing of the dollars and how they were allocated then relative to the expected construction cost today. Continuing on is the House Road. We've got the funding there. We know the lowest bid. We've got previously allocated design, expected CEI. That leaves you the balance of the $610,000. So what I put down at the bottom was your common account funding, which has a current balance of $2.2 million. Looking at if we were to take each of these out of the common account, each of these being Pinecrest, Foley, the Elephants, and House, that would leave that $2.2 million would decrease down to $230,000. So it would leave it about 10% of what it is today. If we look over the very next column, you can see I suggest that we could take and address Pinecrest shortfall with the district funding. And we could also take and looking at House Road, which is in District 5, we could take $100,000 up there to district-specific funding to supplement the deficit. What that means then is, obviously, on the last column to the right, Pinecrest is taken care of, taken out of District 4. Fully cut off, there's District 3 has $243,000. We could take and make up some of that from it, maybe about $100,000 come out of District 3, and then that would leave $363,000 needed from the common account. And then moving to the Allison Road, I would say right now, let's think that, we are going to consider the common account would be the eventuality, but obviously let's see a better picture when we get bids back, whether or not because we have to drop off a quarter mile of that road just to get past that substation. Obviously, that's dollars that we won't have to extend. And then the last one is House Road, and what I've shown there is let's take $100,000 out of District 5. Instead of making up $610, that requires us to make up $510. So that $230,000 that we were going to have left over in the common account now becomes $340,000. And remember, that's the account that gets funded the most each year, with half of the allocation going for secondary road paving goes specifically to the common account, and then the balance of the half, 20% goes to each of the 5 districts.
So what is the average?
If you look at if I'm expecting your cost, you're saying the average cost per mile.
No, what is the average annual,
Contribution to that account?
yes.
Gary Mike can help me, but $30,000 per district is what I remember the allocation kind of being in the last couple of years. So that would give you $150,000
a year.
annually to a common, plus whatever rollovers we have that we didn't spend, like if the road department had some that they didn't allocate, some of that stuff goes back.
Wow. We just need a little
It takes
bit
a while to
more
get a
for
lot.
the state, because,
I'm telling you now, I'm going to brag on them because they literally had, and it was 260 or 280 was the funds that they had available to allocate to these types of projects. 200 of that 260 or 280 came to Taylor County. So they do leaps and bounds to help us every year. So I can't say anything but good things about them. But we're always welcome. We're always happy to sit down. So anyway, what I'd like to do is, one, let's vote on the recommendation today to approve it. And I did try to change the signature on the supplemental agreement, but in the DocuSign process, they told me that they went through one time with transferring the responsibility to the county administrator, county manager, and it took quite an effort. They haven't done it down to my level as county engineer, so I told them it was most simplistic, let's just keep it as the chairman, and we'll go through that. So there's a resolution that you need to read, giving you authorization to execute the agreement and then approve the agreement, and then if you will, also approve use of District 4 funding to make up the balance.
We're on Pinecrest now.
Yes, sir.
That's the action we'll be taking today.
Yes, sir, and all I will on the others is, I'm bringing House back in February, but I really just kind of want consensus from you guys that you're okay with us using the common account funding and possibly $100,000 from District 3 to make up that deficit. If you are, then I'm good.
Okay, let's do first thing first then.
Well, let's go ahead and take care of Pinecrest, and then I have another question.
Yes, sir.
Well, go ahead with your question.
Where's Slaughter Road fit into this big picture now? You remember it was funded halfway?
Yes, sir.
Both sides wait a year.
Both halves have been funded.
Both halves are now funded.
That's correct, and as soon as we get the SOQ results back, which I told you I'm going to try to bring them in February, there is a design component, and that will be issued as a task order for design. We have Slaughter Road, McDaniel, and Gas Plant. I think those are the three that we have outstanding right now.
Okay.
So all three of those, as soon as we get one back on, because their previous contract terminated in September. So as soon as we get them back under contract, those task
Just
orders
want to
will be
keep our focus on Slaughter Road right now. So that's in time.
I just do things based on roads. I don't really like.
You don't give me the politics, do you?
I don't care about politics.
Okay, we have a resolution, so let's take care of that first. Is there a motion to read the resolution by title only?
Motion. Second.
Got a motion and a second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Mr. Bishop?
Pinecrest Street Supplemental Agreement Number 1, signature authorization.
Thank you. Is there a motion to adopt the resolution?
Motion to adopt. Second.
We got a motion by Commissioner Page, second by Commissioner Murphy. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Now, is there a motion to approve the supplemental funding agreement for Pinecrest and for adding, District 4 funding to, balance out Pinecrest? Okay, there's a motion by Commissioner Dent, second by Commissioner Murphy. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Did I get everything? Good. Thank you.
Okay, thank
Good
you.
job.
Number 16, the board will consider adoption of draft resolution to affirm the fire service provider within the unincorporated Taylor County as agenda by Dan Campbell. Fire Chief, good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Little history, a few months back, we got approval to submit for the Florida Firefighter Assistance Grant to purchase SCBA's. We're at our first round, where we are about $32,000 of 100% funding on that. As part of that, we have to have a resolution that says that Taylor County Fire Rescue is the fire service provider for Taylor County. I know, it sounds crazy when I ask the guy about it, he's like, it's just it. So, once we get the resolution, we'll be able to close out the first round, and more than likely be able to get a second round this year. Over the term of the 4 years we're going to try for this, to replace all of our air packs, it's going to save the county somewhere between $250,000 and $300,000. So, really excited about these grants, so this is more of a formality for the close out the first round.
Just to do a good job.
Trying.
Thank you. Okay, is there a motion to read the resolution by title only?
Motion. Second.
Motion by Commissioner Page, second by Commissioner Moody. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Mr. Bishop?
A resolution of the Board of County Commissioners of Taylor County, Florida, to affirm the provider of fire service within the unincorporated Taylor County.
Thank you. Is there a motion to adopt the resolution?
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Dent, second by Commissioner Murphy. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Okay, thank you so much. Number 17, the board will consider approval of 4-H Foundation review and release of funding for the 2019-2020 fiscal year as attended by Lloyd Wiggins, Taylor County Extension Director. Good morning.
Morning.
In your packet, you will have a copy of the review that was conducted by Richard Glover, CPA, and it's very, I'd say, condensed and to the point, and based on his review, he was not aware of any material that was presented in the information we provide with all of our expenditures and documentation of how those were expended, that everything was followed in accordance to the principles that should be, they should be followed. So I'm here today to ask for the release of the funds for the 2019-2020 year for the 4-H Foundation. Our foundation is a 501c3, and we did that filing over 15 years ago, and the amount the county gives currently is $10,881. Does anybody have any questions about the review?
I read through that, and you all do a good job. And I consider that to be a bad review or audit, as you call it. And at the appropriate time, I will move that we release the funds to the 4-H Foundation. But, is that what we're after today?
You want to make that motion?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. And I want to say too, what a great job y'all doing, what you do and everyone else. Thank you.
May I ask another question? Different matter. Planning position.
Okay, I'm glad you
Are you going to interview somebody this week?
So we had about 7 applicants, it was between 6 to 7, initially. Actually completed the application process were 2 individuals. It is a very laborious, application process. And those 2 individuals also were screened and were able to interview. So myself and an interview committee at the university interviewed the 2 applicants last week. And we are bringing one of the, candidates in January the 30th. And, each of you will receive, if you haven't already received your invitation, to participate in that. It will be at 3 o'clock at our office. It's also open to the public. We've invited our advisory committee members as well as our master gardeners. And just to give time, the individual will do a presentation, tell a little bit about their job experience, educational experience, and then answer any questions from the floor. So if we do not feel like that individual is a good fit at the end of that, once I'll meet back with the committee at the University of Florida, the position will be re-advertised again. So you do not have to, the university doesn't have to settle necessarily with one individual, even though they were the one who qualified.
We're only gonna hire one, let's hope we got a good one.
So come give your input. Yeah, so that's our goal, definitely, that's our goal.
We're making progress.
Yeah, so we are making progress, yeah.
Maybe teach me how to keep my orange tree bearing in my yard.
This individual, you'll be interested in, they know a little bit about everything. I'm going to say I was blown away in the industry.
Good.
Good.
That's good to hear.
If you're blown away, that's
I was very, very
a good
impressed.
recommendation for me.
Yeah, me too.
But yes, please come give your input. That's what we have that open discussion time for. And we do actually have an evaluation sheet where comments can be made and given input, so then that's taken back to the university for them to assess. Thank you for asking for that. Okay,
Thank you. Item 18, the board to consider approval of grant application and return support documents for the 2019 funding cycle of the Florida Department of Environmental Protection, DEP Land and Water Conservation Fund, LWCF grant program, requesting funding assistance for the renovation of Hodges Park as attempted by Melody Cox, grant writer. Good morning.
Good morning.
You're not Melody,
Okay, so staff would like approval of the grant application and the board to look over the conceptual plan that we provided in the document. This is some of the layout that we've come up with the help of Kenneth. We will be doing demolition of the current structures down there, adding new restrooms that will be elevated to keep the water out, and we do have storms. A new picnic pavilion, boardwalk that will run to each picnic pavilion, the restrooms, out to the parking areas, a boardwalk that will run from the beach area over to the fishing pier. We've reconfigured the parking areas, and they will include permeable pavers, like down at the coastal park, security lighting, a retaining wall. Kenneth, do you want to come up and explain about the retaining wall to keep the beach area?
Well, actually, it's not so much to keep it from blowing or transporting, but one thought we had is DEP generally allows us to, when we do the beach renourishment like we just did a couple of weeks ago, we can go all the way down to what you typically see as like a litter line. So my thought was is that we can address that area, and what better way than to kind of maximize or enhance the overall beach itself is if we were to take and construct a retaining type wall through there, and I was thinking stay along the same lines as what we have constructed underneath the sand fence now, where you have your pilings, your timber pilings that are laid horizontally and they're stacked up. So if we were to put something along those lines right at that mean high water litter line, that gives us an opportunity to kind of bring our beach up to that point. And if we have it, let's say knee-high or so, obviously we'll have to do it relative to knee-high, but that keeps that grass then from transporting back up onto the beach. That would give it a location that it can stay in the water area. And obviously, it's still at strategic locations, you would have a step to come down to the actual water surface and the physical beach. But it was just a way that we could literally take what is kind of kept sandy up around the pavilions and closer, is we could keep that same look, feel, and appearance all the way down to that knee-high line. And that literally, it looks like if it doesn't double it, it probably close to triples the usefulness area that we see down there. So it's just something that kind of come to my mind the other day, and we would take and start from the rock jetty, run all the way to the west to where you're approaching the vegetation area that's around those two pavilions that are there now. Take a turn due north then and tie back into the parking lot, so it would kind of encapsulate that. Everything back along the perimeter, we would keep the same. We would keep that same border, the piling border with the sand fence on top of that. What we thought is to kind of further enhance the aesthetics as well as the effectiveness is if we were to plant along the front side of that to add some vegetation somewhere along the lines of, if it's not sea oats or pampas grass or something that has a great visibility and seems appropriate for the area, it also serves to break that wind down and keep the transition of the sand into the parking area, which, we want to keep sand in the beach, not in the parking area. So that's probably, or, yes, one of our,
Now, when we remove that cedar acid piles up on the edge of the water, we do that by hand and then make later?
Not usually, you generally do what they do is you wind up with front end loaders down there. Yes, sir, and it is, pretty, it's difficult at best to just scrape the grass off without removing some of the underlying sand that gets in it. So if we can keep this more, at the water's edge versus up on the sand, I think it allows us to do minimal effort there. And, talking about clay, he told me once that once you get 8 inches or above in depth, a sand spur can't make its way all the way up through it. So hopefully, unless we get new ones deposited down there, everything where we were to put that, and we put at least 8 inches of new material on top of it, we shouldn't have as much of a problem with the sand spurs as we did. But my thought is that if that grass is in the water's edge, it gives it an opportunity to return back to the water environment.
Some of that grass is going to go with the tide.
Correct. Or it would be right along that wall, and obviously that would take hand effort, I think, versus machinery. So that's, Melody was asking me over the weekend about some of the environmental things, and I told her that everything we've done on the upland portion is within the footprint of previously disturbed areas, including the circular parking. I didn't go anything beyond that, with the exception of, I think their conceptual includes 2 additional picnic pavilions as a point to consider. But I told her that the litter line being our point that we could disturb down to, we could easily put that wall, if we so choose, right along that line, which is where I've drawn it. That would be the only consideration, I think, that DEP would say, okay, how far are you going? And if we justify that we're staying on the upland side of that, I think it's going to make that permissible.
The circular parking lot we got there now?
Yes, sir.
The property just to the north.
Yes, sir.
It's on the Gulf. Is that county property?
Yes, sir.
We belong to that.
Yes, sir.
But it's environmentally sensitive. They're not going to let you make the beach any bigger over there.
Yeah, we've gone through way back when, if you remember, it's probably been 16 years or so, when we were looking at a FERDAP grant, and we were going to put a boardwalk that kind of went all the way up to the north along through there. That's about the footprint that you had above your knee-high area of that whole entire property, with just one little sliver that made its way around to the north. So it would be difficult unless you, and even that was an elevated, which I thought, you know, if you get it high enough and not dense enough where the vegetation can still grow, that gives you some latitude. But to try to convert some of that into upland, I think it would be tremendously expensive. They've come out with, and Ryan may know that they were trying to develop a mitigation bank for saltwater mitigation credits, I think down in the Tampa area. But I don't remember the numbers on how much those credits would be to try to use that if we could. So my guess is it would be tremendously if we could do it. You know, I don't look for that. That was one reason that I
Probably
say.
something else to look at in the future.
Right, and we wound up with quite a bit of additional parking, kind of getting rid of that circular area so that you discourage the whole donuts and, you know, I can sling rocks around. We incorporated some additional features. There's a bike rack that's down there. We also included right up front 4 additional parkings that were for golf cart access. So we're trying to kind of be cognizant of the people that are actually using it now and try to encourage them to use our facility.
I want to turn out, this is, you've done a phenomenal job. I know, I gave Kenneth a crude drawing, and, very crude. But he has taken that crude drawing and just made it into something fantastic. And of course, you know, we have a little committee and we've met, and, but Kenneth, you get a lot of credit there.
It turned out nice. If you can think of how it's going to look, it would really turn out really nice.
Well, I can see it, and it's going to be so very nice and useful. I will say, this weekend I was down there a lot, and lots of people, even with the weather being cold, were down there. I was telling you something, the sand is just wonderful. Kids were out there people there from Suwannee County that had brought their children over from Suwannee County to play down there, and they were just playing in the sand and throwing the footballs and everything. It was just so good to see that kind of youth in the middle of January. I can only imagine once we finish this project that how nice it is. Let me tell y'all something. We're going to be very proud of this, and I'm so thankful for the board that back when we were talking about the recovery fund, that we sort of switched gears to put some of the money into this project because it is an asset for Taylor County, and it's going to be great. That's the only thing I can say. It's just going to be great.
So are we going to vote on, are you guys voting on the conceptual today to include it as part of the grant?
Has everybody had an opportunity to see it? Okay. Any questions?
I'd just like to add, just to make sure everyone understands that the budget for this part of the project is not the budget we anticipate for the entire project. We listed it on our 5-year CIP with a anticipated cost of $700,000. But I would think with the additions that we've made to this particular design, it's going to be closer to, maybe 1.2 million with everything.
Just the short time that we've had to put the conceptual together, we haven't costed it out. This is just like this is our wish list. This is how we'd like it to look.
Well, I mean, if you look at any project that we do nowadays, it's more than what you would think.
Dollar doesn't go very far.
It doesn't go very far, so, you know, it is what it is. Look at our road project, how much more the bids come in from what, you know, we've been allocated, but, I think that, Taylor County will be very proud of this asset. I think you'll see more usage down there also.
So the way it would work is this grant is for $200,000 with it's a 50-50 match. So while we are going through the process of submitting the grant and waiting for an answer, we will be working on amending our state expenditure plan for the Restore Act funding, and our wish would be to provide the match with Restore Act funding. and then the project would be submitted to the Gulf Consortium for consideration.
Yeah, and you plan to get that SCP in?
As soon as we can,
What is your projected time before you'll present that?
it depends on the alignment of the quarterly meetings, but I would say we probably need to give that about 6 months.
Before we submit it?
Or, let's say, I would like to have it submitted before 6 months, but it depends on the timing of the meetings and when we get everything done. Melody's task was to complete this first, and then next we will be moving on, trying to get all the wording correct for amending the SCP, and then we'll submit to the Gulf Consortium. And we are working with them as far as how to be successful in what we do.
Yeah, I'd like to see this project moving along as fast as we can move it.
And we'll know, DEP said that we should know in March whether we make a short list. And then if we're awarded the grant, we should have funding around next November. And we'll have 3 years to complete the project.
Hopefully we can complete it before 3 years. If we can. I mean, you know.
We do, or else we have to pay money back.
That's right.
Or we absorb it.
We're talking about, well before 3 years.
And they did tell me, I went to a workshop up there last week for this, and they did say that they used to have a lot of people in the state competing for this grant, that they don't have that competition for it anymore.
Really?
It's
But if that math is what gets in the way.
The paperwork.
Now, we are, let me put this in question. Are we reasonably assured that we can use the Restore Act monies for the 50% match?
My understanding is that we can. I think our biggest challenge is going to be amending our SEP and ensuring that this will be classified as an infrastructure project. And the Gulf Consortium, there's a 25% cap on all the infrastructure projects. So if our project doesn't push it over the 25%, we should be in good shape. There are quite a few moving pieces, but my understanding is that we can use this funding for the match, but I always hold my breath until we get approval from the Gulf Consortium and Treasury.
Okay, I understand. Now, is there a possibility that we're gonna get ourselves in this position where we have to use county dollars to fund 100% of the project while we wait 2 or 3 years to get the 50% match for the Restore Act?
I wouldn't think so. My understanding is that reimbursement is faster with Restore Act funding. I think the biggest question in my mind is until the amended SCP is approved, I'll be holding my breath. But I think the timing will work out. If we will not know for almost a year if we are indeed awarded the grant, I'm hoping by then we'll have much more information. We just don't have a lot of experience with actually writing a grant, getting approval, and then moving the project along. So it's a little, I just don't want to overestimate what I think will happen.
Okay.
I think worst case scenario is that if something happens through the amendment process of the state expenditure plan, then the $200,000 match for the $400,000 project, which is not the complete project, we would have to come to the board and ask for those funds. That's my concern.
Yeah, that would be my very concern.
So we will be working hard on amending the SCP and making sure that it's correct. I don't anticipate an issue right now.
I think what I've seen, and understand this is a wonderful project, we spend the money on it. And I want to thank our chairperson for moving this forward. I go down by the beach pretty regularly. I'm going down to Cedar Island with our house there. And the other day I was down there and it was adults and children out there wading. It was too cold. But they were wading at waist deep out there. just having a big time, right after the sand had been, the beach had been replenished with new sand. So, I'm all for the project.
Thank you.
I just don't want us to get in a financial bind and.
Right. We'll keep you informed.
Worst case scenario, if we, couldn't come up with all the money, you turn the grant money back, or you spend it, or can you?
It's not spending.
It's reimbursed.
Just don't spend it.
It's reimbursable.
Yeah, okay. I'm talking, what kind of motion we need?
We have a motion to approve this, the grant application.
I made a motion to approve.
Okay.
I'll second the motion.
Got a motion by Commissioner Murphy, second by Commissioner Page. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Y'all. Appreciate it.
Good job.
I tell you, as far as those Sanford, it was so nice this weekend not to have to worry about the children or yourself getting to Sanford. However, I think there are Sanfords out in some of the other areas, and they will blow. So we're gonna have to just keep an eye on that, and as soon as we see the green coming, hit it with the Roundup before they have a chance to develop the seeds, which are the spurs.
The type of Roundup that we use is not as effective as I would like it to be because it's the type you can use around the water. So I find that we have to spray just about every week to try to take care of the weeds down there. And we've dug and dug and dug and dug. So we'll keep an eye on it.
Okay, thank you. General business, number 19, the board to consider adoption of draft internet cafe resolution enacting a temporary moratorium on the issuance of permits for sweepstakes centers, internet cafes, and adult arcades as agenda by the county administrator.
So this is to follow up on the action the board took on December 9th, issuing a moratorium on the issuance of the permit. Our county attorney has drafted a resolution. I believe this gives us 6 months, correct? And we're working together on drafting an ordinance.
I worked this weekend on an ordinance that I'll probably tell you about later. It's gonna be kind of, and then I might be working on another ordinance, just pursuant to y'all's instructions with regard to that. So I've got some ideas, but I don't want to talk about them right this
Okay.
That is work this weekend on.
Okay. Is there a motion to read this resolution by title only?
Motion to read.
Second.
Got a motion by Commissioner Moody, second by Commissioner Page. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries.
Resolution of the Board of County Commissioners, Taylor County, Florida, enacting a temporary moratorium on the issuance of business license, tax permits, building permits, or any other license or permit, sweepstakes centers, internet cafes, and adult arcades as defined.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve this resolution?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion by Commissioner Page, second by Commissioner Gill. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carries. County Administrator, item number 20, the board to consider approval of contract for commercial solid waste franchise services as agenda by the county administrator.
After some negotiations with the contractor, they have approved the contract. The only caveat I will say that they asked for was on page 5, number 5, under disposal of refuse. They are asking that that all disposal increases are subject to the contractor requesting approval from the Board of County Commissioners. Should exceptions occur to a disposal increase, either party has the right to enter into mediation for corrective action. And I would like to speak to that.
Well, you have to give kudos to your county administrator of being a very good negotiator with these folks. Can't really how many times you called me about it. And I kept saying, you know, you are a woman, be tough. And she was, and, my recommendation is to approve it, pursuant, especially with regard to that, because they will want something very different that, the county administrator might just would not, but,
And then also probably do, and then we talked some also during that time, not near as much as she talked to you, I'm sure, but, you know, you were a real bulldog, and I'm really appreciative of that. Okay, is there a motion to approve?
I'm a,
Okay, motion by Commissioner Dent, second by Commissioner Murphy, any further discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign.
Job
Motion
well done.
carries. Okay, item 21, the county administrator to discuss informational items.
I don't know if you noticed when you pulled up this morning, most of us were more worried about the temperature than anything else, I believe. But the painting of the administrative complex is almost complete. I think it looks wonderful.
Light color.
Yeah.
Light color, light.
Nice.
Thank you, thank you. I will submit for reimbursement, for grant funding, that's 50% of the cost. So, and we've been successful in other projects, so I will be submitting that once the invoice is paid. We have ordered chairs for the boardroom, they should be here soon. That is also a much needed improvement.
That's a chair, so, I noticed they were getting kind of red.
Very much so.
It seems like they all started falling apart on the same
On the same
day.
day?
Yeah.
Probably go bottom of the same day.
We did, and that was over 10 years ago.
I remember that's where I came on in 10, shortly thereafter. They lasted 10 years.
Right,
They get a lot of use.
they do. And the style is the same.
And you have determined that buy another chair, a new chair, is about as cost efficient as trying to get these repaired or recovered.
We have, I have not been successful trying to recover the chairs, but I will say that the reimbursement we received from the jury grant funding for some of the painting that was done will cover the cost of 37 new chairs.
So we don't have to move around any, rebudget anyway.
Good.
Good.
Also, the Army Corps of Engineers, Ms. Suggs, did reach out to me last week, and we are working on coordinating a meeting between myself, the county engineer, and Army Corps of Engineers to discuss possible extensions for the Tallahassee area. So I will keep you updated on that. Hopefully I'll have an update on the 28th. The program.
Yeah, let's have fire. Let's have my question.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Item 22, comments and concerns from the public for non-agenda items. If you're here and wish to speak on something that was not on the agenda, you can come forward and state your name and address and speak for 3 minutes. Everybody, Stan, you don't have anything?
Not right now.
Okay.
But spring, I don't know, bro.
We appreciate you, Stan. Okay, if no one has anything, we will move on to item 23, board informational items. Mr. Murphy? Yes?
I had a problem this morning about fencing around, one we got in your area we paid.
The sports complex?
No, the refugee, roll-off truck. They completed that fencing yet?
No, we're not fully completed, but we're working on it. Now, the last time I was out there, we had the back side.
Thank you.
And then we're gonna start on the north side next. I guess it's probably started there.
I thought they completed the backside last week.
Yeah, with the back side fence.
Now, we were talking about, a fellow called me this morning, talking about, people breaking in that, in those roll-off sites. Is that still happening?
Yes.
Yes.
Really, yes.
And it's worse at Harrison Blue, so I'm told by the attendant there, than most of the others. And we're hoping it's gonna be a 6-foot fence with green barbed wire on top. And we can find $1,000 or so, we'll try to put a security camera out there.
Yeah, I've been wondering about that, you know, I've been hearing that for the last 3.5 years.
If you haven't had a chance to go by Harrison Blue Rural site, it's really coming along, and as soon as the fence part's done, and you got your camera, they can be proud of it.
You know, they're taking people all over the world doing things like that. You've been hearing that here in the county? So let's put a nip that in the bud.
I believe there's some funding in the CIP for security cameras, and we did get a quote for cameras, and it was, I would not consider it affordable. So I've asked Motorola to give us some different options. There may be a lease program we could use, or, another maybe closed circuit camera. We're looking at different options, but it's quite expensive.
Yeah, well, I had one fellow tell me, that we need to ship to a stakeout. I don't know how to do that thing. I mean, now I know that ship.
I think they spend a lot of time. I know that, Mr. Lombo told me recently that every time he calls the sheriff's office, they're quite responsive.
Yeah.
You just have a lot of roll-off sites in remote locations.
Yeah.
And I know, I feel like I could say that's not always their number one priority. But he did tell me that they were responsive when he asked for help.
How we going to Hampton Spring, get somebody down there?
We just finished, I think the final stage of, we still have some restrooms we need to do some work in, but we are going to start advertising for that, I would say within the next week.
Okay.
And we're working on a committee and what type of criteria we need to use as far as grading those applications, or, maybe ranking them.
Okay. Good deal. That's all I have.
Mr. Page?
Yes, let me follow up a little bit on the Harrison Blue Rural site and the security camera. I've been asked by the attendant, bring to your attention, Wanda, that we probably need an additional security light. We got one at the front, just one. That's a fairly large area. And if you're gonna get much benefit from a security camera, we probably need another security light on the back side. That was Mr. James' suggestion to me. He's my pro out at the throw-off side. Be abreast of what's going on.
We all got one.
Well, we all got one. They do a good job out there. It's really looking good. Other than that, it's just, great to be here. I don't really like cold weather all as much, but I'll have to take it. Which means I have to feed the cows more. But, everything's going pretty good. Hard to know. Glad I'm here.
Everything's going pretty good in my district. I appreciate it. Good working board.
Thank you.
Thank you.
While we're talking about, security lights on us, I would like us to add security lights to Hodges Park. When we do this project, I think that's important, because you do have a lot of children, that play there, and, not only that, for their, for security there, but also for vandalism that we've seen, so.
That's in the conceptual update.
Good. I don't recall seeing that, but, yeah. Okay, this, Fort Capital Hall. When you drive up to the side where we all go in, where the road is, there are two handicap signs that are on posts. One of them, the post is where the concrete stops. Neither one of these places are marked where you can really see them. I was there yesterday evening, and, one of the handicap places was being used. The other one was not, but people that were waiting on their children had not pulled all the way up, but they had stopped so you could not get in there. And so then after everything was over, I just sort of took a few minutes and looked at the area. I would like to propose that we take that front, the whole front, and make that a handicap area. We need to resurface that area there, because the one where the concrete stops, somebody's using that place for a reason. And if you get out and the concrete, you have to step down off the concrete on the rock, I don't think it's really safe. So I'd like to see us take some funding from somewhere, re-concrete the parking area in front and designate that parking places and make sure that they're painted so that you can clearly see where they are.
In this year's CIP, there is funding approved to resurface that area, and I believe when we looked at the measurements, that part was included to resurface the Lime Rock areas. So I think we can just add that to the scope when we get
Go
closer.
ahead and do that right away.
Asphalt will probably work with, as well as concrete. Asphalt, that could be part of the total project, the resurfacing of it.
Yeah, but whatever.
Whatever.
That area needs something done now. We don't need to wait till 2 or 3 or 4 years whenever,
I
we'll
believe
have all these things.
Right.
Okay.
I believe if I'm not mistaken, we did add that area to the measurement, when we came up with the funding we thought we would need, but I'll make sure that's in the scope of work.
Well, I mean, what if we have to do to move it along? Because that's a real problem with people that need a handicap parking place. There's only 2, they're not designated very well, concrete drops off, the rest of it is rock. So to me, that's a pretty high priority. And I think that if you just made all of that handicap parking, then you wouldn't have everybody driving up to drop children off and pick them up. There's plenty other places to park other than right there. And as far as the county vehicles, we could find another place to park them on the side, around back, or somewhere, and use that whole entire space. Because they need to be extra wide anyway.
So how many
I don't know how
are you
they can get in
envisioning?
there. I mean, if you make them wide, so you've got the parking area, and then you've got a side on each side, I don't know what the measurements are, but I would say that whole area just, because a lot of baby boomers now are needing these handicap spaces. There are a lot of baby boomers and other people, so
That's why I can get my wheelchair out.
It's the current spot plus the Lime Rock areas that you're referring to.
we'll go out there. If you want to, when we get through here, if you want us to ride out there, we can do it. Other than that, I don't have anything else except I want to thank this board. Somebody made a comment last week that after the meeting was over, said, y'all really have a good board. I said, yes, we do. He said, you work so well together, and I said, yes, we do. We disagree every now and then, but we don't fight and carry on. We have a disagree, but I can tell y'all that when we meet here, we're friends. We're not at odds with each other, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that I can work this, and I feel like that I can pick up the phone and call, and there's somebody on the other end that's wanting to help me and help me with the issues that I get through my constituents. That's good to know that, I turn in my list of requests, and most of the time they're done in a timely fashion. So our road department and whichever department, mostly it's the road department, they do a great job in helping us get things done. And be sure and tell them how much we appreciate that.
Madam Chair,
Yes,
can I bring up one other thing? To
Yes.
piggyback on something. You mentioned the Hodges Park, that was part of this overall project, we got to have some security lighting. I can remember not too long ago, there was some discussion here at this board meeting about security lights down the main, that Key Beach.
yeah.
And several people didn't want security lights. And we kind of got to chasing the rabbits there. And I don't know if it's our intention to come back and revisit that at a later time, or we're just gonna let this play.
I think we dropped it because, and correct me if I'm wrong, about the opposition, because if you put a big street light there, and there are people that live there year-round, that it would be distraction at night when they're trying to sleep.
When I checked the minutes, I believe, trying to go back and think, the board approved the security lighting at Keaton Beach Boat Ramp,
The boat ramp.
at the park, and also at the Steve Hexie Boat Ramp, and we did get those lights installed. That there was not approval of the street lighting during that particular meeting.
Well, I just need to kind of refresh my mind where we were on that.
That was taken out of, if I'm correct, it was taken out of the, tourist bed tax, it was paid for with the tourist bed tax. The boat ramp. Yes, the boat ramp parking lot, Steve Hexie and Keaton, and then also Hodges Park was supposed to have lighting on that.
And I've had a citizen who had a conversation with me probably a year ago, who was prepared to pay whatever the installation was.
Nope.
And, in our conversation, I said, look, if it comes back up, I'll let you know when it's gonna be on the agenda, so I just do.
Well, as Pam said, is that the residents down there, you'll get one that wants them, two or
One that
three that
does.
don't. Well, it's gonna shine in my bedroom window, it's gonna shine here, I wanna sit and look at the stars, well, I want security lights, so you're not gonna get that whole street to agree.
And you can get your own security lights.
Yes, we pay like $20 a month for one on a, light pole out in front of our house.
We left it up to the individual, but I will tell y'all that with the new, plan for Hodges Park, there will be more lighting, which I'm so glad, because I was sort of watching that this weekend too,
And you know who's gonna be calling y'all.
I know. But, I want to thank all of y'all for being here today, and Rosemary and Ryan, and thank y'all again for being here, we really appreciate it. Anybody else got anything before we adjourn? Anybody? Okay, is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.